Do these shapes look familiar? You've been working on these for years. Circles and rectangles and squares, triangles, they can look a little bit differently. Hexagons, ooh, that's one, maybe that's new. Remember, a hexagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and it has 6 vertices. I'll write that down to remind you. Oh, wait, are you remembering what a vertex is? That's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're right, it's the corners. 6 of those. Today, mathematicians, I want to teach you that we can sort and identify shapes and blocks by their attributes. Here's the word, attributes. Attributes are like qualities or traits or the parts of the shapes that we're trying to describe. We might sort them by their shape, and we would name them, like we did over here. Or we could sort them by their color. Blue, red, yellow, many more colors, right? I just couldn't list them all. It could be black, magenta, sienna, pink. Then we can look at another attribute of shapes, and that is its thickness. Is it thin or is it thick? I'll show you that in a minute. And also an attribute for us to describe or to sort and identify a shape or a block is its size. Is it a small or a large triangle, for example? And then finally, the numbers of sides and vertices help us to identify shapes because number of sides and numbers of vertices are attributes. So let's think about what that might look like. I'm going to go over here first. There's some different shapes that we might identify in a minute using their attributes. Let's think about how we're going to do that. Look here, these are already sorted. Can you see which attribute was used to sort them? Are they all the same shape? No. Are they all the same color? Yes. They're shaped by their color or the attribute of being red shapes. Do they all have the same thickness? I told you I'd come back to that. And they don't, because you see how this one is thicker, thicker, thin, thin? This is not sorted by the same attribute of thickness. Some are thin, and 2 of these shapes are thick. How about size? This one is small. This one is large. Small, large, small, small, small. It's not sorted by size. And how about numbers of sides and vertices? This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This one only has 3. How many sides on a circle? They're not really sides, are they? So this group is sorted by the attribute of color. Look at this group. It's also sorted by color. What else do you notice about this group? Yes, it's also sorted by thickness. Do you see how thick they are? Here's the thin ones. These are all thick. How about this one? Is it sorted by color? Nope, their attribute of color doesn't match. How about thickness? Some are thick, some are thin. How about size? Some are small, some are large. How about shape? Yes, they're all hexagons. Sometimes we remember they're hexagons because they have 6 sides, 6 vertices, hexagon. They all have X's. How do you remember them? So let's play a quick game. I'll give you some attributes and then you tell me which number shape I'm describing. Are you ready? It's a small, thin, red rectangle. Let me tell you again. A small, thin, red rectangle. Show me on your hands. What number? It's 4, isn't it? Way to go. All right, how about it is a small hexagon? Did someone say 2? That's a small hexagon. How about this one? That's a small. You could have said 7. Well, let's try again. It's a small, thin hexagon. That's still 2 and 7. What could I tell you about its attributes that's different? Color. You're right. How about it's a small, thin hexagon that's blue? Now you know it's 7. Let's try that again. We're going to go fast this time. Are you ready? This has 3 vertices and 3 sides. This one is a special rectangle with small, thin, and yellow as other attributes. 8, or you could have said 8 like this, right? Today, we're going to think about sorting and identifying blocks and shapes with their attributes. And when you do that, you can go back and use this chart. Maybe you want to take a quick picture so that you can talk about shapes, sorting them and describing them with their attributes of shape, color, thickness, size, and number of sides and vertices. All right, mathematicians, off you go.